Good evening, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2018 on Apex Racing TV. And we begin, hopefully, in style at the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in the United States with the BSR MX5 Winter Series. Hello, everybody. My name's Andrew Woodhouse, and looking forward to another year with my partners in crime, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson. Adam, good New Year, mate. Looking forward to getting back going.
Yeah, it's a national back to work day, and technically we are back to work, aren't we? So yeah, hopefully the cars on the track deliver a good evening for us. And yeah, second race meeting of the season, sort of. We'll forget about brands, but yeah, really looking forward to this one at Laguna Seca, and yeah, can't wait to get this year started.
Alex, first broadcast of the year, mate. Have you got those camera instincts ready and raring to go?
Yeah, fingers are sharp. I've had a little rest. I'm good. Been doing my exercises. No, I'm all ready. Yeah, right. Exercises include opening chocolate, stuffing it in face.
Well, you might get tennis elbow doing that if you're not careful. As also trying to keep up with the cars in the BSR MX5 series. A quick rundown of the points before we go down to Adam and the grid. And Michael Evdocker is joint first with Kevin Augustinissen on 327 points. After the first meeting, Cesare Rizzo in third, Peter Van Gool fourth, Adam McNally fifth, Dennis Melch at sixth, Gareth Hickling seventh, Steve Lavallee in ninth for Lee Berridge, and Max Wright is in 10th. And into the teams championship, it's quite interesting. The AM category, Dennis Melchett leads the way over Steve Lavallee, and then Lee Berridge, Adam Hedgecock, and Roy Viverke. And in the teams championship, Youth Energy in quite a substantial lead actually over Bodak Racing, then Momo, Annihilated, and Result Clothing in 5th. Adam.
And for the grid then, Steve Hefford starts on the pole position, as always a expert in the Mazda, and that doesn't seem to have changed even with the new year. Brian Holmes starting in second. I don't think you could get a more familiar front row. Jamie Ayres in third, Adam McNally fourth, Stephen Baxter in fifth, and Alex Cierney in sixth. Then Kip Stevens seventh, Nick McCarron starting in 8th place, car 8. Then Peter Van Gool 9th, and Richard Warmingham rounding up the top 10. David Waldock, who won at the race that was cancelled at Brandhall. That was abandoned at Brands Hatch, but he's starting in 11th. 12th, Adam Hedgecock. 13th, Alan McCain, who is doing okay at the moment. Kevin Augustinissen, who's leading the championship, starts in 14th place. Then Dennis Melcher 15th, Floor Murray, then Benjamin Mias, Forstein Helgeson, Steve Leverlee, and then Nicholas Rossi rounding up the top 20. Then 21st, Michael Evdoker. 22nd, Adam Delmont. John Roberts in 23rd. Then Jörg Danker 24th. 25th, Rafe Cullinan. 26th, Nathaniel Simpson. Good to see him back on the grid. Haven't seen him there for a while. Max Wright, Joe McDonald, Michael Barry, and Rob Graham in 30th. I think we might be able to get all this in, you know. 31st, Craig Jones. 32nd, Gareth Hickling, Dave Crozier. Then David Ayres, Simon Field in 35th. Then Carl Hardy, A.D. King, Adam Broughton, Grant Lee Deemer, Aero Nom starting in 40th. He was able to get a win at Mid-Ohio a few weeks ago. Then it's Josh Thompson, George McClay, who won as well last week, Jack McIntyre, Laura Bond, Anwar Smith, Roy Viverke, Luke Clark, Robert Lundgren, and Rob Jackson. As here we go, 49 cars.
Excellent. The new year starts with 49 MX5s charging towards the first corner here at Laguna Seca. Hefford got bogged down a little bit in the second part of the start. Brian Holmes trying to go around the outside into the Andretti hairpin. You've got Jamie Ayres just behind him. Let's see what happens. Oh, very little on the brakes. Hefford beautifully judged. Goes back through and into the lead.
So then looks like for the most part everyone is through the first complex without too much issues. There is a few 4 wide in one part of the pack, and there is contact. It's Steve Leverlee, but he gets the car pointed the right way and carries on, but he has lost a lot of ground as a result.
Yeah, he's doing quite well in the AM category, is Steve, but been down the order already. That's the first time we've used that in 2018. You'll see there's a big battle going on in the midfield. It's about 18th, 19th place. Alex, I don't know if you can see it, the 3 wide into the left-hander at the bottom of the hill.
So I'm still looking a bit at the front at the time, but yeah, we'll head on back there, and it's just crazy, isn't it, all the way through. Good to know that the guys have come back, and it's just as fierce. So.
We're definitely expecting that throughout the season. Adam, what's going on?
Brian Holmes nearly had it gone at the corkscrew. Had a massive wobble there in his MX5. George McClay is out of the race. Yeah, that's happened pretty early on. So he won race 4 at Mid-Ohio, and he's out in race 1 here at Laguna. But Brian Holmes.
One thing's for sure, he can't blame Adam Delmont for that one.
Well, new year, not so new.
I don't know, I didn't see it.
New George McClay, but onto the front straight then to complete the opening lap, and it is Brian Holmes going for the lead.
Never seen such foul language on the chatters between those two at one point, but as Hefford versus Holmes into the first corner. Holmes trying to go around the outside. He's going to find it tough, Alex, because as we've seen already, we saw during the brief part of qualifying that we witnessed, look how much dust there is on this Laguna Seca circuit tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot out there, and it does have a marginal effect to the sort of the grip there if you have the actual dust effects turned off. You know, and you kind of drive and you're unaware of it, then, you know, it doesn't really make a huge difference because, you know, that's personally how I have mine set up. I think it's more of a, I can't think of the word. More of a placebo, more of a placebo than anything, you know, so, yeah, for those drivers, you know, just tap the corner as you would do normally, and yeah, it's not too bad.
It does make it a bit more.
I mean, it is crazy.
Difficult to overtake.
The cold track is just little, isn't it?
No, and because drivers are just taking a slight bit of that sort of sandy area or the dry grass, whatever it is, really. Is it sand? I think it is, isn't it, in most places around here?
Sand and gravel.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Some of it is probably dry grass. It's a very sort of barren part of California as Holmes going for the lead.
That might have been a dummy, you know, right there.
That was beautiful. Lovely driving. He really judged it well on the brakes, Brian Holmes. Cross the line they go. Lap 3. Pretty much neck and neck over there. Just 3500ths of a second between them. Holmes now has the inside line. And someone else trying to get involved as well. Number 17 is Jamie Ayres. He's not done with this either. Holmes getting through, squeezing ahead of Hefford, cuts him off on the exit, as he's entitled to do. There's a boosted car that looks like it's been in the wars.
Yeah, Stephen Baxter had a small spin at the first corner. Did he get helped? He did, but by who? It was Alex Cierney that got into the side of him and spun him around. Just before that, on the final corner, Dennis Melcher collided with John Roberts, and those two have dropped down to Stone Cold Blast now.
There you go. Stone Cold Stunned, I think, maybe was one of those two.
In the Stone Cold Sober.
Yeah, well, maybe they need to be. You never know. Alex, I talked about another Alex, actually. Alex Cierney, long-time viewers of the channel, will recognise him from the old V8 Supercar series that we used to run.
Yeah, very good driver. Obviously, we've followed him in a few different series now, haven't we, as well? So, and of course, got to meet those guys, him and his brother.
Nice.
Some twins.
Nice chaps. I didn't know which one was which.
Yeah, Sim Racing Expo, I'm sure they'll be there again. But yeah, he seems to, as his first race in this meeting, this series, so doing well out there. Good to see Alex improve, actually, because I remember when he started on iRacing, you know, so they'd never done it before. So really come on a long way.
Talk of the Sim Expo coming to London next year, is that?
I think it's a different expo.
Something in there?
Yeah, I think it's a different expo, but yeah, there is one going to be in London. So
that already is that confirmed then? Is it now?
I'm not exactly sure on what that is. I think it's a 2019 date, isn't it? I don't think it's 2018. Okay. I think they're trying to do it in 2019. I'm not 100% sure on the details now.
Good news though.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that there's another one is going to be all good. You know, I think that's what we need.
Off goes Ev Docker.
Championship leader into the wall.
Just collided slightly with Baxter. Big collision for Ev Docker into the wall. Car is toast.
Yeah, good luck getting that back.
Car is toast. He needs to try and keep that off of the racing line as best he can.
Oh, someone has to go off in avoidance because, of course, it's just sand on the when you're offline, and someone had to take.
It's Hickling, I think. Gareth Hickling, I think, who's ended up doing that, but no harm done for him. It looks like. Brian
Hefford's dropped down a load of positions.
Hefford. Oh, he's had a big one.
It's Hefford.
Hefford's had a big crash somewhere, and it's down the straight. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's down the back straight, sort of.
Coming out of
sausage curb?
Turn 4.
Does he hit the sausage curb and that pushes him wide?
Wide onto the gravel, and he has a bit of a death wiggle, Alex, as he's still off the track, struggling for grip.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where he's wide there. Yeah, makes a beeline to the wall, doesn't it? So
And now he's still fighting hard, but he hasn't got much car left. He might come in for the fast repair. Might even have a black and orange flag. For those new to iRacing, new to motor racing in general, black and orange flag means your car is dangerous, or it's badly damaged. Come into the pits and get that fixed before you're allowed back out again. And that's exactly what Steve Hefford's doing now. Brian Holmes is blazing his own trail at the moment, 2 seconds clear of Jamie Ayres, with Adam McNally now up in third for Youth Energy, having a solid run again. Alex Cherney in fourth. Fifth is Peter Van Gool for that's another Youth Energy car actually there, and then Nick McCarron ahead of Kip Stevens, and then David Waldock in 8th, Alan McCain in 9th, and Adam Delmont is in 10th. Delmont just ahead of Kevin Augustinson, who's the joint championship leader and a de facto championship leader now, Adam, as Docker has bit the dust.
Yeah, I don't think we could have seen him, but here comes Alex Cioni over the top of the hill on the brakes. That is as good a move as you're going to see, and probably the best move of 2018 so far.
Oh, McNally, that's not the best move of 2018, but he's around, he hasn't hit anything.
Just a little tap.
He's going to have a long wait there, that's for sure.
Might be best. I don't know if this is a good recommendation. It might be best trying to reverse it straight back and maybe get a J-turn or something. He's done a good job to get that round. That is just behind Aero Knobs.
22nd place.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not great, but it's
crash
better.
Ahead as well.
And that's Rotty.
Rotty.
And it's also Richard Warmingham.
That's rotten for Rotty. And,
oh, was there a little nudge from?
Oh, looked like he was slow going into the. He'd already had a moment, I think, going just before that corner. He was just he was trying to rejoin this, or trying to get his momentum back.
Yeah, Rotty had already lost it. Oh, he just went too far on the grass. Got the same death wiggle, almost, Alex, as Steve Hefford got.
Yep.
And then, unfortunately, Warmingham, there wasn't a lot he could do.
Yeah, it's a killer once you get that. So.
All the wiggle of death for a reason.
And he's not completely dead in this race, Nicholas Rotty, but he's down behind Adam Broughton Grant, so that's 26th place. We only lost about 6 or 7 spots from that, but still not the best.
Trying to get one back, isn't he, as he goes up the inside. They're going through what is turn 4.
He won't have got any serious damage from that. I mean, he got a little bit of a... You can see that the front... You can see that the front right corner is probably the worst of it, but should be okay for him, Alex, if it's driving straight, I guess.
I would think so, as Cherney's having a little look for P2 now on the back of Ayres.
That gaggle we were watching is absolutely crazy, but yeah, P2 on the threat then.
Yeah, I was still watching it there. There were 3 wide coming up the Ray Howell straight.
And he competes with his brother, doesn't he, in endurance racing, Alex, and they're both very similar in terms of ability, as we saw in the rankings list that came out this week. They were put right next to each other.
Yeah. How
I don't know if that's just convenience or that's where they actually rank, but yeah, there's not a lot to split them. I remember when Alex stepped in for Bias at one of the races, we weren't sure whether it was him or not because he basically drove in the same sort of places as what his brother would do.
Yeah, exactly. It's worth pointing out, actually, you talk about the rankings and things like that as well. So
very interesting.
This series obviously is now officially part of the iRanking as well that the Sim Racing Observer is doing, and each race when you get here is worth 10 points to the ranking. So, and then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down there for the top 10. So, and that's for every race as well, which is going to be good. So you get a good clutch of points, really. There's potential 40 points up for grabs just from this series.
I'm going to give our old colleague Jake Sperry a big thumbs up for that, because I think it's a great idea. And,
great move. Alex into second. That was hard fought around the outside of the corkscrew. Not easy.
And of course, for the first 10 seconds of 2018 that I'm looking away from the screen, somebody takes second place. So well done to me. Alex Cherney goes through. And it'd be interesting to see if Jamie Ayres can stay with him. I'm pretty sure he can, because Jamie Ayres is a very quick driver in this Mazda MX-5 as well. Yeah, I'm going to give Jake a big hand for that. It's going to be a big task, Adam. As a statsman yourself, you know how much of a task it is to compile something like this iRanking, but if it goes well, we could see an accurate picture of who the best drivers on the service are by the end of the year.
Yeah, credit to Jake. There's always a risk writing an article like that you're going to upset a whole load of people. But it looks like he's done it pretty well. Haven't seen anyone kicking off about it. And yeah, well, hopefully with this new ranking system that it is coming up, we'll get a really good picture of who the best in the business is over what could be probably the biggest year for sim racing ever.
Yeah, and I guess something like, as there's just over there's about 3 minutes of this race to go, a list like that, Alex, with points, at least the one that's going to come out with the points, there's not really debating that list that much, is there? If you get the point system right, then that's what's going to give an accurate depiction of who's the best.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. And I think actually it's something that iRacing should have done themselves, and maybe they'll look at this and adopt it into their
the official
their system somewhere along the lines to get a year ranking, because
maybe everybody
iRating's all right, but it doesn't take into consideration, for example, like Martin earns absolute peanuts for winning a world championship race as far as iRating goes, but and he won every single race, so he would have an absolutely awful increase in iRating. So
maybe iRacing could go as far as to give
collision a bit further back, McIntyre and who's that? McIntyre, Cullinan, McNally.
The reigning champion there, McIntyre, and I think somebody else in the wall at the corkscrew. I couldn't see that, but
possibly
else in ball there.
Hicklin's going slow, dropping down the order. Could have been Gav.
I saw a car and then I couldn't get back to it, so sorry about that. But yeah, I think that's definitely a good idea. Maybe iRacing, I was going to say, could maybe do something akin to the world of tennis, Adam, and maybe give everybody a world ranking. Could be quite interesting, couldn't it?
Yeah, almost like the ATP rankings or whatever.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Who would end world #1 at the end of the season?
It depends
make
on
the big events like the equivalent of the Grand Slam. Yeah, so
it would mean, like I say, you've got to get the points absolutely right, the point system. But if you can nail that, then yeah, it'd be great. I look forward to seeing where that's going to go anyway. Back to the action on the circuit, and Adam seems like he's found something interesting.
Yeah, it's Josh Thompson just overtaking
of course.
Our championship leader. You can always rely on Josh for a bit of action, can't you? Yeah, he's just overtaken Kevin Augustinussen there going into turn 5. So that is him up to what is now 10th place, 31 positions gained.
Love or hate his driving, Alex, but the most exciting camera angle should be renamed the Josh Thompson camera angle, because if you could just focus on him for the entire race, I can guarantee it wouldn't be done.
Yeah, I think you're right. The question is, why is he not streaming? He should be streaming his point of view for every race, shouldn't he? Well, who's that going slow on the inside there? Is that Bat Marker?
That's Steve Hefford,
isn't it?
Coming for his coming to not get his fast repair, I imagine, just to get some.
Just to clear the meatball flag, maybe.
He's just trying to keep just the one lap down.
He's 1 lap down. Yeah, he should be all right to get to the end like that. He's got 1 lap to go.
Well, there we go then, and here comes Josh Thompson to overtake Adam Delmont, and this is 4th position. This is for 9th place here, going into the Andretti hairpin. Up the inside goes Tomo, and the Radicals car is through.
A cracking race, Adam Delmont. 13 positions gained. Well, now 12, unfortunately for him, because he has been bested there by the Radicals driver Thompson, who definitely is one of the most improved drivers on the surface. Not necessarily pace, Alex, but finally able to translate pace into results, which he was having all sorts of bother with at the start of 2017.
That was the main issue, really, wasn't it? He's always been quick, just it's getting those results. So the BSR Renault Series comes to mind. Probably the 3rd or 4th quickest at the start of that championship when everybody was racing. Yeah, all of them quit, and he still didn't win it.
Yeah. Although winning is definitely something that Brian Holmes is used to, especially in this car. We see him in the Rickmatech Sports Car Series. We hope he'll be back for that when that returns in the next few weeks. But at the moment, Adam, it's been pretty straightforward for Holmes ever since the demise of Hefford.
Yeah, into the final corner he comes now. Started 2nd on the grid, and Brian Holmes is going to take the first win of 2018 and round 5 of the BSR MX5 Winter Series.
Car 2 then. He won for Brian Holmes. First win of the year. Congratulations to him. Alex Cherney from 6th on the grid. Perfect result for him. Jamie Ayres makes up the podium places ahead of Peter Van Gogh. Great top 5 for Nick McCarron ahead of Kip Stevens, who that's a great result for Stevens. He's usually pretty good in this car, but don't often see that kind of pace from him. So Good stuff there. David Waldock in 7th, Alan McCain 8th, 9th for Josh Thompson. Adam Delmont coming across in 10th. Is there anything still going on a bit further back?
Yeah.
Oh, Luke
about
Clark
25th place, very, very close group, and someone just went off in the background as well. It might have been Danker.
Luke Clark and Lee Deemer. Oh, Deemer!
Oh, Addy missed it. Well. He looked like he was heading head first for it, but he managed to save it. It's not going to do him any good, though. It's going to be Lundgren that's going to come back behind Carl Hardy. He's going to take 30th now.
Well, I deem that to be unsuccessful. Poor Lee, that was not the best ever, but he had to go for it. He had to try and get a place on the line. He crosses said finish line. Pretty much like a crap. John Roberts just ahead of Rob Jackson. And we're just waiting on AD King, who is cruising around, it looks like, at the moment through the corkscrew. A lot of damage on that, actually. I'm not surprised he's run out of fuel. It looks like he's moving quite slowly out there. I think he's out, Adam.
Who are we looking at?
AD King, I think he's out of gas.
AD King is coughing and spluttering, isn't it? Yep, he's weaving about from side to side, and here come the leaders to make it into the pit lane, it looks like, anyway. Is he going to make it, though? It is a relatively downhill run. It is a downhill run.
So little fuel left, Alex. He's actually been lapped by the guys doing the cool-down lap.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to make it?
It's downhill, just about.
Well, is it?
Our camera position, well, my camera position.
And then it's uphill.
But it's steeply
uphill at the end. Just has enough to get there. Oh, 30.
And across the line. Oh, which line is it? Is it this one?
No, it was the first one. It was the first one. You did it in 2 minutes 13.6. But he made it to the end. And thus, if it is a full, Alex, that will be he who goes on to reverse grid pole.
Which is worth doing.
It is indeed worth doing. Adam, if you take us through the finishing order then for round 5 of the season and the first one in 2018.
Well, from what it looks like for me, this is Youth Energy's second win of the season to go along with Peter Van Gool's one at Mid-Ohio. Brian Holmes, well done, he takes the win. Alex Tierney finishing in 2nd place after starting 6th on the grid. Jamie Ayres started 3rd and finished 3rd. 4th place for Peter Van Gool, who won last week at Mid-Ohio. Nick McCarron finishing in 5th place. 6th for Kip Stevens. 7th, David Waldock. 8th, Josh Thompson. 8th, Alan McCain. I'm bigging up Thompson here. He finished in 9th. He started 41st. And that is a gain of 32 positions. And 10th for Adam Delmont. Kevin Augustinissen finishing in 11th. Law Murray 12th. 13th for Adam Hedgecock. 14th for Aero Nom. That is a gain of 26 positions. And 15th place for Anwar Burrell Smith. Then 16th for Richard Warmingham. 17th for Nathaniel Simpson. Benjamin Mears in 18th. And 19th Stephen Baxter after starting in 5th. He had a he didn't have the best race. Race 1 after starting in 5th place. 20th for Jack McIntyre, Rafe Cullinan 21st, 22nd for Adam McNally, then Laura Bond in 23rd after starting in 44th. Nicholas Rotti in 24th place. Despite the contacts in the penultimate corner, he was still able to get a relatively strong result. Adam Broughton Grant 25th. And then Roy Ververke, 20 positions gain there for Roy from 46th on the grid. Max Wright started 27th and finished 27th, with Thorstein Helgersen in 28th, Luke Clark 29th and 30th for Carl Hardy, Robert Lundgren 31st, Jörg Dankert 32nd, then Joe McDonald in 33rd, 34th Lee Deemer, John Roberts 35th, Rob Jackson finishing in 36th place. Then it is AD King in 37th, and as Andrew was saying, he will be on the pole position if we get a full. Then the cars 2 laps down or more, Simon Field, Steve Hefford, Dennis Melcher, who had got a win last week at Mid-Ohio, Gareth Hickling, David Ayres, Steve Leverlee, Michael Evdoka, then Rob Graham, Michael Barry, Craig Jones, Dave Crozier out very early on, and then George McClay, who was top of the pops last week in race 4 at Mid-Ohio, but he's now bringing up the rear in 49th place. Couldn't think of a pun for last place there for him, but yeah, he finished in 49th place.
Down out of the top 40.
Oh yeah, it was a flop of a single. Well, it was
there we go. Yeah, it was a one-hit wonder. Maybe not. Who knows? He's a quick driver, George McClay. We're hoping to get into contention for reverse grid pole for race 3. Alex, big moment, sir. The wheel is out, and well, who's going to be quids in?
Have a look. First spin of the year. Be a tasty one. Could be a fault. Gonna be close. Oh. No, it's not. Stays on 25th.
25th is Adam Broughton Grant. So, yeah, he's going to be on pole position for race 2. Nicholas Rossi second. Laura Bond's going to start in third. Fourth is Adam McNally for Youth Energy. And starting in 5th place is going to be Rafe Cullen. And that spin from McNally at the bottom of the corkscrew looks like it's put him in a good stead for this second one.
Actually, it worked out okay for him, yeah, indeed. And Adam Broughton Grant, well, he deserves a bit of good luck. He never seems to really have a lot, so it's good to see him up there. Watch out as well. I do have to look out there for... Got reigning champion Jack McIntyre, who'll be starting 6th. Anwar Smith will be starting in, I think, 12th. And Aero Nom just behind him in 13th. So those guys are going to be the ones to watch, I think, in this one. All right, everybody, we'll be back in just a few minutes' time for race 2 of the evening from Laguna Seca. It's the BSR MX5 Winter Series rolls on.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made, 56 slides it into 4, who's gonna be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
In the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Laguna Seca and the BSR MX5 Winter Series here on Apex Racing TV. Ringing in the new year with some MX5 action. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson bringing you it all. And Alex, well, a medium reverse grid here and definitely some fast names near the front of the field.
Yeah, obviously a few penalties were carrying over, weren't they, from week one. So they moved forwards, but now they're going to be towards the front of the grid. So yeah, expect a different group fighting it out.
Okay then.
15 seconds to go. Yeah, I thought that was a cue for the grid. Broughton Grant on pole, Rossi second, Laura Bond third, McNally fourth, fifth Cullinan, sixth McIntyre, seventh Baxter, eighth Mears, ninth Simpson, and 10th is Richard Warmingham. Here we go.
Here we go. Top 10 are in place, as are the rest of them. Here come the lights. The red lights are on. Oh, jump start!
That's Cullinan.
He's Cullinan, he's hit the wall, he's caused all sorts of mayhem, but he's managed to get through. And that's going to be a penalty for him at the end of the first lap. But in second place, then effectively leading the way is that pole sitter Adam Broughton Grant, just ahead of Nicholas Rotti. And it's Laura Bond and Jack McIntyre and Baxter.
Rotti!
Rotti's around and he's in the middle of the course and the track is. Oh, there's all sorts of problems going on here.
Slow down, guys, please. Please.
People just aren't seeing the danger here.
It's almost as if they've got visible cars down to... Oh, someone's off. That's Aero Nom, who won at Mid-Ohio. He's done for.
Massive damage for Peter Van Gool as well. He got absolutely smashed in that.
Well then.
Most people did. Alex Cherney as well has a much shorter MX5 than when he started.
Somehow.
Welcome to the series, Alex.
Welcome to the series. Off goes a green car, I think. Is that McClay? No, it wasn't McClay. It's another green. It's a green car. I've lost it completely now. It's gone.
Adam McNally then, I think, because he's just towed back to the pits. So maybe it was the Youth Energy car. Maybe Adam Delmont. One of the two. Both Youth Energy cars.
Green.
Edgecock?
It was nearly all green.
I don't know. I've got trading paints on it. I'm not much help.
Oh, it was Adam Delmont, I think.
Yeah. For the lead, it's Jack McIntyre.
His penalty.
Yeah, into the pits comes Rafe Cullinan to serve his stop and go penalty for jumping the start. But now leading the race is Jack McIntyre.
Car 1 in P1 at the end of lap 1. Perfect synergy for McIntyre and Broughton Grant, who started in P1, and to try and wrest that away from the man who took BSR MX5 Tuesday League. Even Baxter has made great strides over the previous year, Alex, and didn't start the year in a great fashion in race 1, had some issues, but be on the podium for the first time.
Yeah, quite a gap forming up behind Laura Bond in 4th. Got Anwar Smith behind her. But yeah, 2.5 seconds back, so.
Broughton Grant and McIntyre still going at it. Perfectly done there by Broughton Grant, car 13.
First Bois of the year. Going into left-hander. And that is the boosted car through into second place. We'll see if it can get the win here. The Apex Blue almost boosted livery there.
Like I say, we do now live in an age where Kimi Räikkönen has more Instagram photos than Lewis Hamilton does, but famously nicked that statistic. Possibly from, I think that was Will Buxton, maybe. Okay. But yeah, what a strange world that is. There'll be a lot of wars going on Instagram, I think.
I think us two would, a hashtag blessed right now, I think. With
Indeed.
That result.
No social media from Lewis Hamilton is quite a nice, quite a good thing. And maybe for him too, as up the inside goes Josh Thompson. That's going through on Richard Warmingham, and yeah, that's definitely a good move there. Already 10 places gained for Thompson. Good start to the race for him. Alan McCain has gained quite a few spots as well for Team Bushfink Racing, and David Waldock behind him in the police livery.
Josh Thompson did a very good job of making his way through the melee on the exit of turn 2 here, so that has put him in good stead. What's gone? Is it AD King?
Robert? No, I'm looking at Robert Lundgren sliding up the inside of Carl Hardy, and then behind them is Diemer, and it's Field in there as well, and then I've Docker and Thorstein Helgeson. So it's a good group of cars this, and it's battling over Alex about 18th place.
Exactly that, yeah, 18th place. Still trying to move forward. Diemer obviously with that.
Oh, Docker!
Oh,
he's going through. Is he going to get 2? He's going to get Field as well, is he? Of course, Hefford.
oh, well, yeah, Hefford going off again. He went off in race 1. Look at this.
Great,
Up the hill.
Holmes trying to make his way through, just in front as well. Lundgren, who's this is one of the best races I've seen from Robert Lundgren recently in the white boosted car.
Say it's the best race you've seen from him all year.
Big dive by Carl Hardy into Lundgren. Lundgren gets forced wide, Field into 29. That's Lee Diemer. Diemer going through on Lundgren as well. So Lundgren got a bit mugged there. I felt a little bit sorry for him there, Alex. He seemed to get a bit of a
Got nerfed a bit wide, didn't it? Killed all these momentum through the corkscrew. Everybody sails by.
And you know what, the momentum, you need that momentum into this downhill section that we love to drive through. I know that, I do, but oh dear, Helgeson just pinged the back of Field's car.
Oh dear, we've had
sent him into a spin. What's going on?
We've had a synchronised crash here, both separate incidents at the same part of the track. Baxter, yeah, something's happened to Baxter, but Jörg Dankert and Dennis Melcher, one went off the one way and one went off the other way.
And the 2 Germans then get points for style from the English judges here.
Also out of the race is John Roberts. He's towed back to the pits, as well as Michael Barry.
What on earth happened to Stephen Baxter then? Was that a collision with McIntyre, Alex, or was that something else? I couldn't see it on my screen, unfortunately.
Well, I'll
Just have a quick look at it now on a replay.
Oh, he lost it on his own. Lost it on his own, putting the power down on the exit of the Andretti hairpin.
Tell you what, very occasionally this MX5, it can bite you. Doesn't seem like a car that's tricky to drive, but it does have its own intricacies.
Worth pointing out, he was trying to go for the lead at the time, so a lot of pressure on at that point. Got pinched a little bit, so a bit sharper on the apex. Got the move done, but yeah, like Adam said, just got onto the loud pedal a bit too aggressively, and round she went.
Just looking at the reigning champion, actually, Jack McIntyre, and wasn't looking particularly fantastic for him, I have to say. Only 90 points scored in the last race meeting at Mid-Ohio.
Quite a lot of cars out in this one, by the way. We have got a good 1, 2, 3, 4, a dozen or so cars out of the race.
There's a few of them. There's a few of them in the pits, missing quite a few bits that I assume they had at the beginning of the race.
It was like this when I got it, honestly.
Yeah, trying to make that warranty claim will go down well, won't it? Laura Bond just ahead of Richard Warmingham, 5th and 6th places, and then is Benjamin Mears, and then it's Baxter, Waldock, Ayres, McCain, Murray, Holmes, Viverke, and McCarran.
Off into the wall goes AD King. Looks like I might have foreshadowed it a bit earlier, but yeah, he just went off on on the exit of the corkscrew complex of car 48.
Yeah, that's the downhill left-hander, which can be pretty tricky if you get the line wrong. He's got Alex Cherney behind him as well. Look at Cherney's car, Alex, dear me.
Yeah, that's seen better days, isn't it?
It has indeed, and him and AD King might be able to have a battle at least over what is 37th.
Viverke having a good little battle right now in 16th place, and Baxter's gone off again.
And that was in 8th place, Stephen Baxter. So
should not have said anything nice about Baxter, should I really?
Well, looks like he's going to be towing. Or is he just waiting? I think he might just be waiting, actually, for everyone to go by.
Looks like the commentator's curse is alive and well, anyway. We haven't managed to kill that one off over Christmas.
New Year's resolution. Keep commentators cursing. No.
I don't think we've got a choice in the matter there. I think it's just
snapped again, yeah.
On Baxter, yeah.
I wonder if might just have Wiggle of Death, whatever. Yeah.
I don't know if you might just have the rear of the car a little different too. A little bit more loose. Some of the others, McIntyre continues to lead. It's down to half a second now, though, Adam, as Broughton Grant it's been very evenly matched with him all the way through. And Anwar Smith, as we thought might happen when the reverse grid was read out, has made his way up from 11th place, now occupying 3rd. and less than a second behind.
Yeah, and Burrell Smith. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. Do drop us a message if we will read it this year. That is a New Year's resolution.
Read it. Yeah.
Josh Thompson up into 4th place though, and his catching them was the quickest of anybody on that last lap, a 38.6 compared to the 39 done by Smith, 39.5 by Broughton Grant, and a 39.6 as well. So Tomo is almost a second quicker than the leaders as he continues his search up through the field with 5 laps to go.
That's crazy. Great pace from Thompson. Low lap for Jamie Ayres on the previous time round, 40.2.
Correct me if I'm wrong, he's only 2.6 seconds off the lead, so if he continues at that pace, he could win this one.
Indeed.
Battling as well for second.
The A team here, Adam versus Anwar.
Oh, and Broughton Grant has got a slowdown. What that looks like, anyway. Surely, yeah, he cut the second part of the corkscrew, Alex, and not intentionally, of course, but
well, it looked easy in the end.
That part of the track, that's what happens, isn't it? Get that slow down penalty. He's still on the back of this group though. That was vital for him, Adam, in that he keeps the slipstream of Thompson. He'll allow car 14 to drag him up towards the top 2 again.
Exactly,
and he's no damage, which is always good. You know, after you've had a moment or you've had a penalty, at least you can seek solace in the fact that he's got a clean car.
And he's got one of the best drivers in front of him to tag along with here in the closing 4 laps of the race. Something's happened to Rob Jackson. He's towed back to the pits, so car 53, who was running inside the top 35, has had to tow back to the pits, so shame for him. Also, good lap by Jack McIntyre on that last tour of the circuit, 38.9. Quicker than Josh Thompson, just about, a few hundredths in it, but now he can extend the gap a little bit. It is 2.7 seconds from first to third.
Yeah, and going to be closely fought all season, I think, here.
Also, Thompson.
Jack McIntyre, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, Thompson technically hasn't won a race this season. I think we'll just put it and say that he hasn't won a race in 2018. Just so we don't mention Brands Hatch again. But yeah, he is closing in on Smith. The gap is just under a second.
Max Wright with issues as well. He just crashed. To see this on replay.
Right.
One thing we can say, Adam, is that we've won as many races this season as Alex Simpson has.
We've won as many races as Gregor Hutu, probably.
Yeah, well, probably. He's probably not done a race yet.
Therefore, we are better than Gregor Hutu.
Yes, by using logic of... I'm not sure whose logic that is, but it's probably someone we know. Don't know.
Gareth Hickling hasn't got it because he's had to tow back to the pits. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, Hickling tows back.
Youth Energy car there. Not particularly energetic when it's sat in the pits, stationary. And Nicholas Rutty, dear me, his car looks like it's an absolute mess.
Oh, yeah, it was his car that started it all off. Yeah,
that's McClay, that's McDonald, and McSimpson.
Well, let me go on to lap 8 for these guys. So 3 laps to go here. The Duff Beer car.
Duff man recommends an overtake here. See what he can do.
Wonder if their B team will be announced soon. Doof.
A Doof, yes, Doof Light. Might be. Oh, here we go then. Simpson looking fairly racy behind McDonald. He's 1 second quicker than him, Alex, and we'll be looking to try and make this move very quickly as we've only got a couple of laps to go.
Yeah, races just flying by at the moment.
Oh, Michael Barry's come on the chat saying sorry, John Roberts, so that we know where to look for that, don't we?
Oh, Mias versus Holmes as well.
Yeah, Holmes through.
Yeah. That is Holmes up into 8th, 17 positions gain now for the race 1 winner. The Youth Energy car doing well.
Yeah, good job by Holmes. Hefford up 26 spots as well. Michael Evdocker up 29 spots. Simon Field 20 places gained. 26 places gained for Dave Crozier.
John Roberts has been in the pits for a good 8 minutes, so it was a very considered apology there by Michael Barry.
He watched it over and over again, and he decided it was his fault. And that was just come back from...
oh no, Lee Deemer.
What about him?
He's towed back to the pits.
Oh.
He's had a crash that looks like on the exit of the corkscrew with somebody, and it is Carl Hardy. These two were together in race 1, actually. Oh, dear.
Oh, and now Hardy's under pressure from Dave Crozier, and then it's Lundgren and Simpson. No, not Simpson. That is sorry, Clay. Sorry, that is in the back of the group.
These paint schemes.
Bodak Racing.
Which,
Lundgren hits Carl Hardy. Kind of helped him go through the corner a bit quicker, Alex, I think. Come on, you're going too slow, he says.
I missed that.
Battle for third then, and it could almost become the battle for the lead. 1.2 seconds between the top three here in the closing stages. Just about 1.5 laps to go, with Thompson begging Anwar Smith to either get a move on or get out of the way.
I guess that's the battle for second, really, then, isn't it? As I'm not sure they're trying to be third. I don't know. We don't know this.
Did I say third or first?
Third, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, the battle for first.
The battle to be last of this group is currently going to Josh Thompson. But he's got the toe on Anwar Smith here. And Cullinan, ironically, is now about where he was at the start of the race after jumping the start. It's just in front of the
yeah, crazy how that... I don't think it would be that much of a penalty.
He must have crashed or something. I don't know. He must have
wasn't in the pits for a minute.
I wonder if he had repairs from hitting the wall. He hit the wall, didn't he, as he tried to avoid the cars in front. But yeah, Thompson right with Smith. Smith is a tough cookie in this car. He was in the BSR Porsche series last year and didn't particularly do that well. But in the Mazda, he's looking good and he's looking quick. Although he's made a bit of an error there and allows Thompson to draw a bit nearer, using all of his experience from multiple cars, really, Adam, now to extract pace from this Mazda MX-5.
Yeah, races pretty much anything, Josh Thompson. Of course, been making a name for himself in the Road Pro Series this season, racing with the likes of Alex Simpson.
Mistake from McIntyre. Might have cost 2 or 3 tenths. I don't think it's going to cost him too much in terms of the race win, as long as he keeps it clean through the last few corners, and it's easier said than done in the corkscrew. Don't get a slow down there, that's the last thing you want. Do this beautiful section down here. Bit of a roller coaster section it is, actually. They're closing in on him. Look at this. Down to 4 tenths.
Oh, we're giving it everything through the penultimate corner there. Little look.
Have a look for a second.
Oh, so close.
Just enough room. McIntyre's going to do it here, I'm sure. Got a bit of slipstream off of Cullinan as well. Pulls to the inside, and Jack McIntyre wins race 2 of the evening. Great race. Oh, look at this. Warmingham, Waldock, Brian Holmes coming across very close together. Karen and Murray, that's going to be close as well.
Something's happened in the background. I don't know who it is, but yeah, here comes Ververke and... who's that going sideways on the exit? That's
not sure. Field?
Trying to find it. Yeah, it's Field. Yeah.
Now there's a big group of cars about 40 seconds behind.
Oh, Jamie Ayres has spun, but he's not across the line. Oh, he's trying to get the car going.
I can see him. And you've got Hardy and McDonald really close together as well. It's going to be Hardy who gets there. And Ayres just beat that lot to the line.
Someone spun as well on the exit of the final corner. That is that Hardy again? No, it's Eddie King.
King was in the group with Max Wright.
Oh, David Ayres, sorry.
Max Wright's had a bad last lap though. He's lost a lot of time here.
Jamie Ayres had spun, I think, on the exit of the penultimate corner and must have hit something because the car was crabbing appallingly and just managed to scramble across, and then managed to scramble across the line. Yeah.
Peter Van Gogh coming across, and he got absolutely wiped out in that first lap incident. The track was nearly blocked in places. Then over comes A.D. King, and then behind him, Max Wright, who finishes in last position. Last of the runners, finishers. There you go. Get the thesaurus out at some point. Try and figure that one out. But yeah, Max Wright is the last one across the line in 29th. So Adam, take us through who finished where.
Momo's first win of the season, and Jack McIntyre gets it in race number 6 of the BSR MX5 Winter Series. Then Anwar Smith finishing in second, Josh Thompson 17th to 3rd, gain of 14 positions. Then Adam Broughton Grant finishing 4th, Richard Warmingham in 5th, 6th for Laura Bonds, not too shabby a result there from Laura. Brian Holmes in 7th after winning the opening race, a gain of 18 positions that looks like there on my screen. I am looking on a smaller monitor here. David Waldock finishing in 8th, 9th Benjamin Mears and 10th for Michael Evdoka. 34 positions gain there for Michael, and that is a very good drive there by car 55. He definitely wasn't doing that during the race. Alan McCain finishing in 11th, 12th for Lorne Murray, 13th for Nick McCarron, 14th for Roy Verke, 15th place for Simon Field, a gain of 20 or so positions there for Field there. Luke Clark in 16th, 17th for George McClay, 32 spots gained. And just behind him, Dave Crozier, 30 positions gained. So those two fought their way through the field together there. Dave Crozier does it driving there not like a person who has an iRating of just over 1100. Maybe driving like someone that's got a good 6+ there. That's just me saying that. Jamie Ayres 19th and 20th for Carl Hardy. 21st for Joe McDonald. Nate Simpson in 22nd. Nicholas Rossi in 23rd. He started just inside the top 5, but had a whole load of issues on the exit of the Andretti hairpin and led to the massive pile-up we had. Then 24th for Forsyne Helgeson, then Craig Jones, David Ayres, then Peter Van Gool in 27th, A.D. King, then Max Wright. Then the cars are 1 lap down or more. There are quite a few of them. Hefford, Lundgren, Rob Graham, Kip Stevens, Rafe Cullinan is going to be on the pole if we get a full. So if you jump the start, you get a pole. Possibly. Lee Deemer, 3 laps down. Gareth Hickling, Rob Jackson, Alex Tierney, Stephen Baxter, Dennis Melcher, Jörg Danker, Michael Barry, John Roberts, Adam McNally, Aero Nom, Adam Hedgecock and Kevin August Innocent, plus Adam Delmont and Steve Leverley. They all had 0 points finishes. And Rafe Cullinan, he was so desperate to get off the line. He wanted to get to race 3 where he could be on the pole. So we'll hand over to Alex to find out if that is going to be the case.
Give it a spin. It's weird how it always ticks over one place, doesn't it, after the spin. So, start it from the full. Now end up. Looks like it's going to be 23rd quite comfortably. Yes, it is. No issues there, so another small one.
It's going to be Nicholas Roti, who needs a bit of a boost after the first 2 races, to be honest. He does drive for Boosted Motorsport, so I'm sure he'll be able to get that. Nate Simpson's going to be alongside him on the front row, Joe McDonald and Carl Hardy on the second, Jamie Ayres and Dave Crozier on the third. So let's see how they get on when we return here on Apex Racing TV for round 3 of the evening.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
In the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be into stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
On the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be into stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams.
Round 3 of the evening is upon us from Laguna Seca in California. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson for Apex Racing TV. And Adam, down to the grid then, and the reverse grid wheel's done its thing. And unsurprisingly, for reasons only known to one man, a Simpson is on the front row.
Oh. Yeah, it's Nicholas Rossi starting on the pole, but Nathaniel Simpson starting in second. I wonder who, which camera Alex will be focusing on. Joe McDonald starting in third, and Carl Hardy fourth, Jamie Ayres fifth, sixth Dave Crozier, George McClay in seventh, eighth Luke Clark, ninth Simon Field, and 10th Roy Verke, and then the rest of the top 20, well, Nick McCarron. Then it's yeah, that's the top 11.
Sorry, I was just going to say that Nicholas Rossi. As the brown boosted car, and that's about how his evening's gone so far. But here we go, he's on pole position. He's away as the green light is on. Early start there, caught us out a little bit. But didn't catch out any of the drivers, not like Rafe Cullinan in race 2.
He's in the annihilated car.
Look at that, Ayres going through, and there's cones in the way. Oh, it's up missing the braking point is Hardy. Very nearly wiped out Simpson. He goes instead into Ayres. Wide goes Crozier. Over goes Rotti, and that's into the wall for Rotti and Hardy and Field.
And Hefford. It's all gone.
Where's Hefford gone?
I think it was Hefford. I saw a green roll cage.
No, that's Hardy.
That's Hardy. Okay.
Hardy, Field,
a bit cleaner than last time, though, I have to say.
Yeah. For the most part, I mean, not that.
Yeah, they've gone off the track, which helps.
Look at this lot from Lorne Murray backwards. For me. That's number 60, that's Alan McCain. That's Waldock. And that is Thompson, I think. Thompson already.
2 or 3 cars deep. Thompson is...
Who is Thompson there?
Oh, someone's off.
Oh, it's Crozier.
It is, yes.
Dave Crozier, team man, team principal. He maddened himself, I think, with that one.
And you're right, Josh Thompson is up to 11th place. 10 positions gained in the space of 2/3 of a lap.
Oh, well, it was a developing situation. It was nearly a crash in corkscrew. And look at the state of Adam Rocky Grant's car was absolutely jumping around, blinking away, went through one of the My Little Pony cars, I think.
Youth Energy very off in the back.
Laura Bond off as well. Who's the Youth Energy victim?
So far off, I think he's found the Pacific, but someone else.
Far away, that's a spinner at the last corner, isn't it? And that's David Ayres in the gravel for his own clothing. Not the best result there, Mr. Ayres.
Over line then to complete the opening lap. I'm trying to find out for you which Youth Energy car it was that was at the back.
Up the inside, having a look up the inside was George McClay. And McClay just behind Ayres, Jamie Ayres that is, and Nate Simpson leading the way. And Alex Simpson, that was an interesting start, but it looks like most of them got away with it.
Yeah, what we looked like we're missing maybe 5-6 cars, so not too bad. But nice to see one where everyone survives the first lap, isn't it?
If anyone's to challenge this group, Alex, who's it going to be, do you think? If everybody's going to come out of the main pack and get up towards this front group? So they've got a 3-second lead over Luke Clark in 4th place.
I think Docker's got a good opportunity. He is very quick. Thompson's in amongst it as well. We know how quick he is. Brian Holmes is right there. So those 3 drivers, I think they could get to the front of that pack and get forward. They're still less than 6 seconds away from the lead at this point, 9 laps to go, and I can see them lapping a second lap faster than Nate.
Good driving from Luke Clark to maintain 4th place at the moment. It'd be interesting to see, Adam, how long he can keep that for. May find out now.
It could be about to get a bit more stressful for him here.
Doc, I'm not sure that was the most efficient way around.
Oh, someone spun.
That's an Automet car. That is... oh, no. I don't actually know who that is.
Well, Benjamin Mears has had to tow back to the pits.
That could be him.
Around the outside goes...
Yeah, it was him. It was Mears. It was McIntyre going off. It was Peter Van Gool getting a piece of that as well. Back to the pits goes Mears.
Up to 2nd place is George McClay, getting past Jamie Ayres, but this frantic battle for 4th continues. The Duff Beer car leads Evdoka. Michael wants to get past Luke.
You're going to get duffed up by Evdoka here. And, he goes very wide there. That was extremely gentlemanly by Luke Clark. Let through him and Roy Viverke as well. Good start by Viverke.
24 positions gained already for Aero Nom. Just when we thought that we wouldn't be seeing him nearer the front. Oh, as Thompson nearly runs into the back of the pink Duff Beer car of Clark.
Thompson going in a bit deep there. Clark maybe a tad early on the brakes that time.
Hard to tell with Thompson, isn't it, really?
Causing a concertina effect. Yeah, Thompson, pretty aggressive driver, of course, we know this. In the background, Steve Hefford trying to make his way through the field, started 30th. And just behind Richard Warmingham, is it? I think it is. Up the inside goes Hefford. Warmingham's going to go around the outside, keep that momentum. Still that cluster, Alex, just in front of those guys is raging on between McCain, Murray, McDonald, McCarran and Holmes. So it's all about the mix in that.
Yeah, it's a crazy little battle behind, actually, isn't it? So, to see.
Who will be the big man?
Big packs forming up.
It's the battle of the Mackies.
It's a whopper of a field here.
Which car's going to be put in the bucket?
That's how good that joke was, ladies and gentlemen. Not a peep. Not a peep. Oh, unless it's a McRib.
No one cares about Burger King. Get out of here.
Now then, We'll have less.
Is there going to be a McFlurry of a finish?
Oh, dear God. Hopefully they don't end up in a bargain book.
Okay, now we're talking.
We'll question anything that's going on if they end up in there. And Thompson versus...
Craig Jones just back to the pits. What's gone on with him? See if we can get a replay.
Well, if any fast food chains want to sponsor us.
Yeah. Well, he's been relieved of his bonnet, so I don't know exactly. It looks like Baxter was in the wars as well.
Quarter panel, good and proper here with Adam McNally. Bit of an odd one there on the exit of turn 2.
Simpson. So it's hold on. McClay's in the lead, and it's Simpson, and it's Ayres, then Evdoka. It's already got there, you know. Thompson, Verrecke, Clark, and Holmes. Then in 10th is now then, who is in 10th? That is McIntyre.
McCain.
Sorry, McCain. I'm losing complete track of everything here. Timing and scoring shifting around.
I know it is.
McDonald and Murray have dropped down the order. Imagine they crash with each other.
Lundgren's towed back to the pit, so is Craig Jones. So both of them done in race 3. George McClay then, last one in race 4 at Mid-Ohio. This is race 3 at Laguna Seca, and is currently in the lead.
Yes, and a fraction ahead of Simpson. McClay, he's had a funny season so far, hasn't he? He's had 2 weeks where he's had almighty spats with a couple of people, Alex, but then he's also picked up a win, and he's now going in for another one.
Yeah, I think he's got a good chance here, to be honest.
Hot and cold, isn't he,
really, at the minute?
Yep.
That's the best way to describe it.
Jamie Ayres trying to go on the outside of both cars there. He's going to get
corkscrew,
one.
That's an interesting one. He might get a slow-down penalty for that. It's borderline, but he's done a good job there, Ayres, car 17. Staying in contention, staying in front of Michael Evdoka, who's going to try and come back at him. Doka senses the chance to win this race. Oh, he's hit him.
Slow down,
Ayres
that's
was
why.
serving a slowdown. Yeah. Thompson into Evdoka now. Where's Thompson gone?
The Casey Stoller line there.
Off near the concrete wall. And look at this, they're all fanning out here. Into the wall, he's into the wall, Jamie Ayres. That's bizarre, I've never seen that.
Didn't quite catch that.
Jamie Ayres was scraping the inside wall on the way up the hill.
Yeah, strange, very strange.
What happened to me on NASCAR 08s, where the car just ended up getting stuck to the wall?
It does narrow a bit though there.
Yeah. Broken front left,
wide.
Isn't it? I think.
Oh, he's broken suspension. No wonder. Yeah, you're right. Spot on, well spotted. Because it looked like the car was driving normally, didn't it? But yeah, he's got no grip out there, Jamie Ayres. None at all. And coming through is McCain. Take McCain going through as Ayres as well, and truly had his chips.
Lap 6 then.
Made till Thursday, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not 2 for 1 Tuesday, is it? Domino's,
no, it's not for jokes either. No. Need to stop, Eric.
Just getting more and more hungry here. As in a hungry house. Josh Thompson versus Michael Evdoka. That is Thompson through into 3rd place. 18 positions gained now for Thompson. Next up is Nathaniel Simpson. And that is just a few tenths of a second away. We are on lap 6, as I've just said, and there are 5 laps to go. The gap is 2.5 seconds. I think that might be a tall order to make up, yeah.
There's still half of the race still to go. Not so much now, there's only 5 laps to go now.
Rob Jackson's
4 laps to go, dear me, I can't count either.
Rob Jackson.
This is a good start, isn't it? Anyway,
numerous classes for 2018.
I promise you, I've not been on the leftover set from the New Year celebrations.
Well, that's a story for me to tell you about in the break. But
it will indeed be, I imagine, as Thompson. Oh, Thompson might have a story to tell here because Evdoka, he's into him. Thompson went into Simpson, Evdoka into Thompson, and that's all what it was there. And Alex, I wonder if that was maybe Thompson getting a tiny bit eager and ended up paying the price for it.
Well, you know, Josh, he likes to get a bit eager, doesn't he? I'm going to see if I can get that back on replay. Have a look as well.
I don't know if it was his fault or not, but he did make the initial contact with Simpson, and then I think they just go wrong for Evdoka as well after that.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those unfortunate racing things. And Michael's not lifting there, was he? So
well, no, that's
if he
another
doesn't
problem,
stop,
isn't it?
then he's always going to push Josh around. So to be fair, the BSR have a dim view on that. So I think Michael's looking at a penalty for that.
Because you can't keep the throttle planted
No,
once you've
no, you can't.
made a collision.
You can't.
It doesn't allow them a chance to get out of it either.
No, it doesn't. So.
Somehow Alan McCain didn't hit anybody. He's gone off and has only lost a few positions. But
and now they're flying past him at the top of the hill, which is always difficult because we've always been hit by field, only in slight tap. But we've all been in that position, Alex, at going towards the corkscrew. You know, a slow speed compared to everybody else, and it's tough to know really where to brake as well for that goal. When you look at all the other cars streaming by, is that another contact between? There might have been something going on between Clark and Murray there as well at the last corner. Oh, McCain had to brake. McCain's had to brake, and there was nearly an almighty crash.
Someone spun, haven't they?
It's Aero Nom, sorry. Aero Nom had to brake behind Josh Thompson. And now Nom's gone through on Thompson. They've hit each other there. But I don't know how that started off, Alex. I don't know if you can get that on the...
yeah, we were watching that.
On the replay, because that was a bit of a weird one there, wasn't it?
Yeah, just looked a little slow, didn't he, coming onto the backstraight? Not really sure.
Nom tried to go for a small gap.
Oh, yeah, that was very weird.
But ended up having to get on the brakes on the main straight.
Look at this for around 4th place, Evdoka, Simpson, Waldock. Sorry, Simpson, Evdoka and Verke.
It's going off behind them as well.
So Simpson's has been relegated while we were looking at all that stuff from 2nd down to 5th, hasn't he? So and off goes Verke. This is Evdoka's chance to make it 11 positions gained. He's got the inside line for the corkscrew. There it is.
P4 away from the Belgian. It's done this time. Verke fighting hard here. Try and get this top 5 position. Car 41 is Nathaniel Simpson, who's, like I said, was leading the race earlier on. George McClay is gone. 3.5 seconds was at least last time round, and it's Brian Holmes. Holmes will not catch him at this rate. We'll see what McClay does coming over the line this time. Over the start-finish line he comes to start lap 9. It's 1:39.67 for him, and Brian Holmes 1:40.0. So George McClay absolutely flying, and he is, apart from David Waldock, he's the fastest man in the top 10 at the moment.
Well, McIntyre did a 39.2, yeah, just then.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Just to make himself the quickest driver of anybody on the last lap. Fastest lap of the race does go to Brian Holmes. I have to get out the BSR rulebook and see if we do points for that for fastest lap.
Some of the series have slightly different rules, I think. Broughton Grant versus Dennis Melcher, that is, number 32. In front of them, actually, Alan McCain's making his way forward and absolutely flying past one of the Duff Beer cars there. That was Joe McDonald, who was the latest victim of him.
McDonald's car there.
Well, yeah, we were on about fast food, I suppose.
Oh,
go on.
Go and have a little look there in the annihilated car. Simon Field just about is able to hold on.
Going slowly is Rob Graham, but I think it's a lap down. He's in 36th place.
Tom and Waldock side by side.
Oh no, off goes McCain. We were just talking about him. Thankfully the car doesn't resemble a McCain's chip, but
you never know after that. Might be crinkled cut.
Oh, and Cullinan's gone off just in the same place as him as well.
Oh no!
As he was rejoining.
Incident, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, heck. I mean, that's just what you want, really.
Like you're rejoining, and then a car comes along and does that.
Alex, I think that's one of the most bizarre scenes I've seen in a race for a while now.
I keep missing all the action. I'm zipping around here, there, and everywhere.
That one's definitely worth it. We're on the final lap, but it's worth a look.
If we can't get it back afterwards. No, I'm trying to go around the outside of Waldock. Thompson, having a look at the inside of him again.
Thompson and Nom had a bit of an issue there earlier on. Nom with a good move there, finding the space on Waldock, who has to go wide. He has to take to the grass, to the sand and to the gravel.
That is probably one of the toughest places on the track. Toughest places on the track to get an overtake in there. That is really good from Nom.
It's very good, is Aaron, though, isn't he? He was in the Sim Racing Observer rankings. 100.
Were we?
No, Alex was.
Maybe another year.
Alex was. Me and you definitely weren't. We might make the top 100 commentators. We might make that one.
Scraping there. Yeah.
I'd be hoping. We're fishing for it a little bit. George McLean then going through, and it's been a masterclass really from him. They get hot and cold, but absolutely on fire in this one. George McLean. 42, just got a couple of corners to go. Odak car. Hard on the brakes for this left-hander. All he has to do now is ascend towards the finish line. George McLean takes round 3 of the evening here at Laguna Seca. Fantastic stuff.
Second win of the season. Brian Holmes is going to come through and take second place, so a first and a second tonight in the 3 races, and very close there at the line.
Close with Evdoka, wasn't it?
Oh, Waldock versus somebody. That's very close.
This is warming up.
Waldock
at the end. Waldock suffered in the last few laps.
Oh, look at this. We've got Alex Cioni. We've got him going wheel to wheel with August Innocent, who looks like he's had a poor run, but it's going to be very close at the line there, and it's just going to be Cioni that gets the place.
August Innocent, who was leading the championship after round 5 of the season.
Alan McCain
see where he sits now.
Alan McCain versus Dave Crozier. He's coming up at a fair rate of knots here, McCain.
Crozier, who had a spin earlier on, doesn't look like any further damage. There's a car in front of them as well. That is Jörg Dankert fighting hard for the final. Oh, just to finish in front of those 2 guys. 30th for Dankert, 31st for Crozier, and McCain in 32nd spot. Good work by them. John Roberts' night continues to just get better, doesn't it? 33rd place for him, just appalling. Lee Deemer likewise, not a great one for him, but he will be close to the front of the grid. No matter really what happens, as long as as long as it's not too much of a low number.
Right then, we'll run you through the finishing order. I don't know if we've been able to get a replay of what happened to McCain and Cullinan.
It was quite funny. I don't know if we can get that, Alex, before the grid comes, before we read the grid out.
Let's do the results and do the wheel, and then we'll see if we can dig that out.
Okay, let's run you through the finishing order then from race 3 of the day here at Laguna Seca, race 7 of the season. George McLean takes his 2nd win of the season and his 1st of 2018. Brian Holmes finishing in 2nd, 3rd for Michael Evdoka, 4th for Roy Verke. Yeah, that famous Roy Verke. Steve Pepper finishing in 5th, 6th Jan McIntyre, 7th Nathaniel Simpson, 8th Nick McCarron, 9th Aero Nom, 43rd to 9th. A gain of what is, looking on the timer screen, 34 places. Great job there done by Aero Nom. Then Josh Thompson in 10th, then Richard Warmingham finishing in 11th, 12th for David Waldock. Dropped a few positions there on that last lap, but last time I checked in on him, he was in 9th place. 13th for Lord Murray, 14th for Luke Clark, Peter Van Gaal finishing in 15th place, 16th for Max Wright, 17th Simon Field, 18th for Dennis Melcher, to gain 20 positions there for Dennis, who incidentally won race 3 last time we were racing in the MX5 at Mid-Ohio. Joe McDonald in 19th, 20th for Steve Leverley, then Adam Broughton Grant 21st, 22nd Alex Cioni, 23rd for Kevin August Innocent, then Adam McNally in 24th, 25th for Adam Hedgecock, good drive through the field there from him, 19 positions gain. Then Forstein Helgeson in 26th, Michael Barry 27th, 28th for David Ayres, 29th for Rafe Cullinan, and 30th for Jörg Dankert. Alan McCain finishing in Dave Crozier finishing in 31st, then Alan McCain in 32nd, then John Roberts 33rd, Lee Deemer 34th, then the cars 1 lap down or more, Rob Graham, AD King, Jamie Ayres, and then the cars 2 laps down or more getting 0 points, Laura Bond, Rob Jackson, Craig Jones, Robert Lundgren, Stephen Baxter, Benjamin Mears, Nicholas Rossi, Carl Hardy, and Anwar Burrell Smith finishing in 46th position, 10 laps down.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good overtaking in that race, and Alex, well, you're going to have to make some people do some overtaking very shortly, because you're going to put certain people to the back of the grid.
Indeed. Let's bring the wheel up, give it a spin, and then we'll try and dig out that replay. If you could let me know roughly what lap it was, I might be able to find it.
I think it was the final lap.
Last lap or lap 9? Lap 9 or lap 9?
Oh, 10th. I'll just check through now. It's not even the beginning of the incident. Yeah, I think it is lap 9.
It's a full. Sorry, guys.
It's a full.
There, so we get a full for the.
But that is Jamie Ayres. Jamie Ayres on the pole. Started 5th for race 3. It's going to be. Yeah, it's on lap 9, Alex. Alan McCain.
I'll be happy with that. Jamie Ayres is alongside Eddie King. Bob Graham, 3rd. Lee Deemer in 4th. And John Roberts in 5th. Going to try and salvage something from a pretty shocking meeting. Any luck?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find. Sorry, remind me who we were looking for again here?
Alan McCain.
It was quite funny. He won't find it funny, but it does mean he starts 6th for this 4th race. He goes off and then.
Then Rafe Cullen gets
you'll see what happens.
These rejoining. Yeah.
See what happens after.
Yeah, I've got it here. Oh, why has it gone? That's weird. Sorry, I've selected him, but it's giving me Nick McKell.
Me?
Yeah.
Alter ego.
Don't start that again. We've had that last time. We had that a couple of years ago. Alter ego. It's like the movie Face Off, wasn't it?
Well, I think I'm not sure here if we've got it here or not. So it's always hard to tell when I've got a list of about 10,000 incidents to try and find the right one.
We will find out. He's coming up the hill. It's about... Yeah, he's coming up the hill at some point. And then he has a spin or a crash. What have we got?
Yeah, I'm just having a look. Nothing at the moment, so...
Hang on that note then.
Yeah, it might be the next lap that it comes. Let's say it's difficult for it to say because the lap numbers are not right on my events list, you see, so it's quite hard to know which one it actually
I think
is.
I think it was the lap after that. Oh well. Mind. Did we get it on the broadcast? I don't think we did we?
No, we didn't.
Oh well.
But, well, I'll just stay with it just for the moment because obviously we're only going to have 10 minutes of adverts, so...
It's a good point, we might as well stick with it. Driver of the race for you, Adam, that particular one?
What was that, sorry?
Who's the driver of the race?
The driver of the race, I would say... I'll go Pharaoh Nom, 43rd to 9th. I know it might not be a top 5 finish, but still to get a top 10 with the crazy packs that we have here. That's still a good job there from Nom, who made a name for himself, or came to our attention in the Ritmatech Sports Car Series, which concluded before Christmas.
It drives a fair few different series, actually.
What's the final lap? So it was the lap before that, wasn't it? So, yeah, sorry guys, I can't track it down.
Oh, well, never mind. But still, it did happen, and it was funny. Right, anyway, we'll be back really shortly. Just need to take a break here on Apex Racing TV, so we're going to be back in just a few minutes' time when the action will conclude from Laguna Seca. See you soon.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
In the outside contact made. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Runners on the grid for the final time tonight here on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson, Adam Bath at Laguna Seca. I don't know if you could take us through the top 10.
On the pole position then is Jamie Ayres, second AD King. For some reason, yeah, it sorted it by the race results. Rob Graham starting in third, Lee Deemer fourth, John Roberts fifth, then there's Alan McCain, then Dave Crozier, Jörg Danker, Rafe Cullinan, David Ayres, Michael Barry, and then Adam Hedgecock, Adam McNally, Kevin Augustinissen, then it's Adam McNally, there's Alex Tierney, then Adam Broughton Grant, Steve Leverley, Joe McDonald, Dennis Melchert and Simon Field rounding out the top 20. Here we go, there is an empty space on the grid, no sign of Rob Graham.
Oh, he's probably had enough actually, Rob Graham, tonight, but here we go, we haven't had enough here because we're ready for race 4, good start. The front row by Jamie Ayres, good one from AD King as well. Lee Deemer looking to make his evening a bit better on the outside here. Into the Andretti hairpin, and what's going to happen? It is an accident black spot here. This circuit on the first lap at least, it's usually actually coming out of the corner in turn 2. So it's Ayres, then it's King, and it's Deemer, and then it's Roberts, McCain.
Everyone through.
Unbelievable, Adam, and well, we'll see how long it lasts.
Rob Graham doesn't turn up race 4, and somehow we get through all safely.
I didn't say that, ladies and gentlemen. That was him.
Oh, sorry, Rob.
Oh, around the outside goes Lee Deemer. Move there on AD King.
You can use stats to back up any point. Well, I didn't mean that one.
Stats there.
Josh Thompson is done.
Oh, AD King's done, and McCain. He's done as well. That's the same place that he got crashed into, I think, on the previous race. Might have been the corner before, but... Oh dear. Well, that wasn't...
Oh, what's it doing?
No, that wasn't very good. Carry on. Get out.
Get out of the way, man.
Come on, McCain. It's done now. Carry on.
There we go.
Was a bit stupid, to be honest, even though his race was already ruined.
Yeah, had trouble getting going there, I think.
It wasn't his fault that King had a spin, you know? It's just an accident, and then he goes and does that. But never mind.
Where's Jörg Danker gone? Was in 5th.
That is a good question. Disappearing Danker. He's gone, and saying Danker for that will be Rafe Cullinan because he's now up into 5th.
Danker shall indeed, as Crozier versus McNally versus Cullinan going into turn 1 here. Team Mad up there this time in race 4.
Not sure that Big Danker will be saying Danker to his internet provider, because I imagine that's what's happened.
Oh, Jack McIntyre's out. He's just had to tow back to the pits a minute ago. He did cross the line, so I wonder if it was something that happened in turn 1. It was a big one. It was a big one on the exit of the final corner. 3 cars into 1.
Off goes Adam round. There's a spinner, and it's Adam Hedgecock.
Someone gets tipped over. I think that might be Stephen Baxter. Oh yeah, Adam Hedgecock.
He just lost the car. I think he hit the sausage curb, went round, smashed into the tyres. And that's Adam Hedgecock effectively out of the race.
Stephen Baxter's also out of the race. Can't remember whether he's driving for the Boosted or the Annihilated team. Either one of them. His day's done.
His day is ended.
Oh.
Not the best pun in the world ever, that, but it'll do. Yes, it'll also do for Jamie Ayres, Alex, as well. He leads by a second.
Romping away, really. 1.8 now, so still flying.
One to watch is Alex Tierney. He's got Simon Field for company. He was trying to get past Cullinan a moment ago. But Tierney up to 11th place after starting in... 9th place after starting in about 15th.
Car 105, Alex Tierney. Behind Rafe Cullinan, who took the start at the appropriate time this time. Sorry, Rafe.
Just upsetting more and more drivers as we go. Only 2 days into 2018.
Oh, he'll be all right. He can take it. As round the outside goes Tierney. Misjudged it a bit. Cullinan going through. Good move there to keep it in 7th place for him.
Yeah, my family are off to Scotland tomorrow.
Scotland?
Yep. Not me.
Got to do with anything?
Rob Graham. Oh, someone's very slow.
Rob Graham. There's a youth energy car. He's Deemer.
Oh.
What's happened to Deemer? He had enough. Slow.
I thought it was
packed it up, Alex. It's strange.
Yeah, weird one.
Kevin August-Innocent's having a good season. He's up into 5th place now ahead of Dave Crozier.
Oh, Roberts, it looks like things have...
Cullinan's off and through goes Cherney and Field.
Yeah, Field through into what is 7th place.
Possibly McDonald as well on its Melcher.
Loads of cars here swarming through pulling their way through the corkscrew.
You can see, Alex, if you look at it, you can see all the marbles flying off. You can hear all the gravel flying around between the cars and coming out from underneath the cars as they go past. Track is pretty grubby now. Quite a lot of detritus, I think.
Good battle between Alex and...
We're looking at that one. Crozier, sounds like another one.
Yeah.
Oh, Crozier and Cherney. Yep. And then behind Crozier is Simon Field, at late move across by Crozier. And then behind them you've got a good battle going on between Broughton Grant, Steve Lavallee, Van Gool, Nom, Murray and Hefford.
Two cars that I think have they collided with each other on the last lap. Laura Bond and Nicholas Rotti, both of them out of the race. They've just they towed back to the pits about a minute ago.
Rotti's evening gets better and better, doesn't it?
Oh, and into the wall. It's a wiggle of death. It is for Dave Crozier.
Dave Crozier, the team mad driver. It's not what he wanted at all. Did he get a tap from Field or was it just on his own?
It was
on his own. Did he take out anyone else?
Everyone did a very good job for avoiding him, yeah.
Hefford making a move then, it looks like in the background. Having a go on Lorne Murray. Going through on Lorne Murray, and somebody's off in the background. Oh, it's still Dave Crozier, he's just packed it up, he's not bothered about carrying on. So, Crozier back to the pits. This is afternoon over.
Van Gool
very close battle.
Yeah,
take it away.
Going down the hill then, Hefford trying to get in there as well, and who's that there? That's Aero Nom as well. He always seems to be everywhere here.
Hefford was the pole sitter in race 1, of course. Going as that pace.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Hefford looking up the inside. Him and Nom, two of the quickest drivers in the series, as he hits the back of Broughton Grant.
Lavallee is hit there, yeah. That's the Bodak car.
Oh, change for 2nd place as Adam McNally takes it off John Roberts.
Yeah, that's nice there from McNally and August-Innocent. He's interested as well. The man who I assume is from Denmark, but he's probably going to correct me on that.
Scandinavia, maybe Sweden, Iceland?
Possible, I guess. Oh, big sideways!
What a save by Sienni.
Alex Journey, and he just about survived there, Alex. That looks spectacular.
I'm going to get that back on replay. Just looking elsewhere for a moment.
Well,
10 places, the German.
Do a bit of bio searching for you. Oh, I do that.
Oh, that could have easily been into the wall, couldn't it?
The death wiggle was nearly upon him, wasn't it? Good stuff to keep that one pointing in the right direction. Quite like the livery for Dennis Melcher as well, the German flag on there. Team Mad car.
Well, Murray seems to be in the thick of it every time I ask the camera to show me the most exciting battle, and it takes me to him.
But it's not the Josh Thompson button at all, it's the Lorne Murray button. Although Josh Thompson's making his way through, he's made about another 4 spots on that last lap, and he's up to it's up ahead of Anwar Smith now. So it's a good piece of driving to get past Smith, and Thompson's done that indeed. Luke Clark is having a battle with McClay. Yes, it is Clark versus McClay over the start-finish line and into the Andretti hairpin.
Yeah, very close there as they go through. Oh, look at that! We've got the Mad car on the outside, and Broughton Grant trying his best to get involved there as we go into turn 2, sort of. And if they count that left-hand kink as one of the corners, well, they seem to do so over in America. But the Youth Energy car up the inside, that is Van Gool just getting past Broughton Grant, and that is Van Gool remaining in 10th place. A lot of good.
I wouldn't count it as a corner, but it could. Yeah, it's possible, isn't it?
Kevin August-Innocent, by the way, hasn't filled out his bio on iRacing, so there's no way of telling what country he's from, as Aero Nom goes wide and loses several places down to 13.
What flag do we have for him, Alex? Is it Denmark?
Scandinavian one, isn't it?
Oh my word! Oh no!
Not sure actually. Apparently, I didn't do geography.
Is it a red? Is it a red
No,
flag?
no, it's not. It's not one of the obvious.
Oh my goodness me!
Oh what?
That's
No.
game over.
That looks like. Was that a rage? Was there raging there? Was there? Have a look.
It's sort of definitely missed braking.
McDonald just missed his braking point there. Made a right happy meal of it. Peter Van Gool won't be happy at all.
That was not finger licking good.
A very sad meal for Peter Van Gool indeed. Fast food jokes are going to stop at some point, I do promise. Round, it's Le Valley.
Oh. Well.
And that's going to be an awful place to try and get this round.
Great thing for iRacing drivers that you don't get if you're a real life driver is that you have a relative box, and that can tell you when someone's coming and when they're not.
Yes, which some drivers need to learn how to turn on. It's F3 for those of you who need it.
Or triangle on your Driving Force GT.
Oh, there you go. If you have a wheel from the Victorian times, Alex, then that's the button to press, I imagine.
It was designed for GT5 and there's only been 2 more GT since, so...
I think that says more about them than it does about the age of the wheel, but it's... I had the one for Gran Turismo 4, actually. That was a good wheel. That was not a bad wheel at all, that.
No, and, I think since the Driving Force GT's come out, there's been 7 Forzas.
Thompson, Jesus. Thompson. Forza Josh Thompson as he goes past Clark.
Oh
no, Clark's off. Oh, big one. Oh, if Docker's so lucky. Docker's so lucky to not be collected in. That's a good...
damage.
Quick rejoin, but it's all badly damaged now.
It does look like the walls around this circuit are very punishing. Even if they're tyre barriers, you seem to pick up a lot of damage in this Mazda.
How many drivers have we seen, Alex, absolutely slamming off the barriers tonight? Oh, look at Hefford, he's going to try and get a 2-for-1 special here. Well, he's at least going to try and get Melcher. Very nearly managed to get Aaron on as well. Aaron on in 8th position now.
New positions gained for Nom. A wheel to wheel here between Hefford and Melcher.
Melcher.
Going into first corner, Melcher trying it, but Hefford does a very good job of just easing him wide. And now here comes car 13. That is Broughton Grant trying to get the place, and he's might be able to crack the top 10 here if he's late on the brakes. But Melcher, with being resilient here on lap base of 10.
It looked a bit like Dennis had a bit of maybe a slight oversteer as he hit the brakes, and he had to correct it by just straight lining.
Fastest lap of the race on the last lap by Alex Tierney. He's 4.8 seconds off the lead, so not much to take there, but with 3 laps to go he could still get second place. The gap is just under a second between him and Kevin August-Innocent.
Yeah, he's not going to catch Jamie Ayres, but these two are going to battle now, McNally and August-Innocent. So McNally, Youth Energy car's going to lose second place here. Good move by Kevin. Nicely done, Alex, up into second place.
Watching the battle a bit further back, sorry. Let's give a little replay of that.
Which battle are you watching, and we can have a look at it?
Hopefully this will be a thing of the past in a few months. But,
it should be, shouldn't it? Let's face it. But we've got a lot of plans for 2018 here on the channel. We'll try and make a big leap forward. And speaking of leaping forward, McNally's going to try and leap past Kevin August-Innocent again. And Cherney looking for the opportunity up the inside.
Well, I've got my training paints on, and he looks like he's sporting an Apex Blue almost livery front of the car there for Alex Tierney.
And Youth Energy looks a similar colour as well sometimes.
Careful with that there. RSO have had that colour for probably as long as we have. So
I'm going to go get fired. First firing of the year.
Ah, but who copied who? It's chicken and the egg situation there. No, that's a nice livery, that. To be fair. Of course, we're going to say that, though, in the same colours. Here comes Cherney. And put that livery onto the podium.
A year ago, where I got Coanda and Redline confused.
I mean, it was only uphill from... It only could get better from there, couldn't it, really? It's in the iRacing Road Pro Series. 2016 version.
Oh, that might be a slowdown, you know, for Kevin there. He was he took a liberty there with the inside curb.
Oh, Hefford versus Cullinan into the corkscrew. Melcher super quick into the corkscrew there. He managed to get ahead of Adam Broughton-Grant. He's looking quick.
Melcher. I was just going to say he won last week at Mid-Ohio. Of course, the Rallycross cars will be here on Thursday as well.
He won in the Ford GT at Monza in the World GTs.
Last lap then, and it's anyone's guess who's going to get second place.
Well, the track looks like a Rallycross track. There's the amount of dirt on it. But August Innocent, it's nice and clean for him at the moment. Second place, Jamie Ayres. By the way, Alex has had an absolutely perfect race, really. No issues.
Yeah, out front, we haven't really seen him at all. Let's bring him up on screen. It's quite clear at the moment, so... Last lap, just needs to make sure get caught up with the back marker, that's for sure.
Momo Racing have already taken a win today. That was from Jack McIntyre. He retired very early on here. Ended the opening lap, in fact.
Yeah, and Ayres looking to make it 2 from 4 for them. Been good so far. Nice and easy. Just got the corkscrew. And then the downhill section. Coming then the tight last corner, the left-hander. Hand on the brakes. Good line. Pretty smooth for Ayres.
I think he's going to be the first pole sitter that's going to actually win a race today.
It's wide line through, yeah. The race was won from second place earlier on in the evening.
Oh, McNally around on the final lap.
Are we still? Oh,
I thought he'd been able to hold on to it.
He nearly held on to it, but Ayres is going to hold on to this win. Down the final corner for Jamie Ayres. All he has to do is make it to the finish line. He's going to do that in style. Jamie Ayres is the race 4 winner here. BSR MX5 Winter Series. August Innocent, Cherney. It's going to be McNally. It's not. It's going to be John Roberts.
Oh, look at this.
Who comes across in 4th, then Field, then Nom, and it's McNally in 7th.
Warmingham spins in the final corner. He was running with Josh Thompson as well. Thompson's going to come across the line and take 11th. And Warmingham's going to get 19th.
No, he's not.
20th.
21st, I think. Oh, David Ayres retired. It is 20th. David Ayres has had a shocking last lap there as well.
Oh, he got 21st.
Down a couple of places, yeah.
Nick McCarron's going to head home Benjamin Mears. This is for 22nd and 23rd.
Lundgren, Burkett, Jones, Jackson. In fact, Hedgecock's just got Jackson on the last lap, so and Adam had a spin earlier on. Happy to get the points on the board there. Rob Graham did actually finish the race in 30th. 1 lap down for him, so just a late start maybe for Graham. And that's pretty much it. So final race of the evening, Adam, take us through it.
Okay, Jamie Ayres takes Momo Racing's second win of the evening and of the season. Kevin Augustinson makes it second place for him. Alex Tierney finishing in 3rd, his first trip to the podium, I think, of the year. John Roberts finishing in 4th, Simon Field 5th, then Aero Nom in 6th, 28th to 6th. He just seems to get up there and then he gets put back down again because of the reverse grid. So it's a shame he hasn't been able to get any higher than that because he is, as we've seen tonight, a pretty quick driver. McNally 7th, 8th Steve Hefford after starting in 32nd. He had his one chance to win in race 1 and after that he's been recovering ever since. Rafe Cullinan 9th, he started 9th. And 10th for Dennis Melcher. Josh Thompson finishing in 11th after starting 27th. And Law Murray, Adam Broughton-Grant, Max Wright, Michael Avdoka. 16th for George McClay. Anwar Smith in 17th. Then Pierre Van Gaal 18th. Steve Lavalley in 19th. And Richard Warmingham in 20th after spinning, coming out the final corner. May have been hit. Oh, I can't remember. David Ayres 21st. 22nd for Nick McCarron. Benjamin Mears in 23rd. Robert Lundgren 24th. 25th Roy Verkate. Then Craig Jones in 26th. 27th Adam Hedgecock, Rob Jackson in 28th, and Alan McCain, who was in 6th, finishing in 29th place. He was involved in some contact going up the hill. Rob Graham a lap down in 30th after starting in 3rd. He didn't take the starts, remember, so things... maybe he just joined the race late, I don't know. Nathaniel Simpson 31st a lap down, then Carl Hardy, Eddie King, Luke Clark, Joe McDonald, Dave Crozier, Lee Deemer, Laura Bond 8 laps down, Nicholas Rossi, David Waldock, Brian Holmes, Jack McIntyre, and Jörg Dankert. Michael Barry and then Stephen Baxter out of the race very early on indeed.
Quite a lot of drivers didn't really make it particularly far tonight in a lot of the races, but those who did, Alex did a fantastic job, and we saw a really, really good competitive evening's racing to kick off the new year.
Yeah, it was good meeting, actually. Some good racing, some good hard battles, some great overtakes. So, yeah, it's a good start to 2018.
Oh, we enjoyed it tonight. We hope you have too. Obviously, don't forget to leave us a like on the video. Make a comment as well. We don't get many comments, so put a comment on. Tell us where you're watching the video from. Which would be quite a good thing to find out. Also, you can click the little bell icon next to the subscription button, because you'll get our videos before the rest of our 5,000 subscribers do. So we're looking to obviously build on that in 2018, and I'm sure we will with your help. So thank you everybody for watching. From myself, Andrew Woodhouse, from Alex Simpson and Adam Bath. We'll be back on Thursday night when the BSR Touring Car Win Series continues. That's in the rallycross cars.
I'll be in the car for that. Yeah,
we might just even get Adam Bath to join in with that. So
on a 10-year-old wheel.
I really don't want to miss that one. We might even get him on the booze beforehand. We don't know. We'll see. All right. Thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.